What up, YouTube? Yeah, you know who it is. If you don't, it's your boy Shake. And welcome to the NBA 2K12 Ultimate Layup Tutorial. And who better to kick off a layup tutorial than to highlight my man George the Iceman Gervin. A lot of us need to go back and do our history. The Iceman was a 9-time NBA All-Star. He had the scoring title 4 times in his career, and he had a career high of 63 points in one game. He also averaged 26 points per game to end off his entire career. And he had an actual NBA record of 33 points in the second quarter. He's also one of the NBA's 50 greatest players of all time and an NBA Hall of Famer. So when you get a chance after watching this video, type in George the Iceman Gervin and take a look at some of his highlights. So we're gonna kick this off properly, showcasing some layups, some basic standard layups with my man Steve Nash, doing a left-handed and right-handed layups. It's pretty simple. All you have to do, flick the right stick to the right or the left of the basket. And again, I'm using the Drive Cam. This is my favorite camera, and I use it simply because it gives me the perfect angle that I need to perform all the different types of layups. And Steve Nash, since he has a very high layup rating, can pretty much perform all the different types of layups. And keep in mind, a lot of these moves are situational. Now we're going to take a look at Monte Ellis. He's going to show us a different variety of layups. And I'm literally doing the same combinations, left trigger, right stick to the left and to the right. And notice how his layups are a lot different from Steve Nash. And even perform different types of reversals. Now we're going to take a look at the Eurostep layup. And Monte Ellis is one of the best in the league at doing the Eurostep layup. This is a pretty easy move. You hold the left trigger and flick the right stick towards the basket. Now we're going to take a look at Monte Ellis's assortment of Hopstep layups. Here's what we call the floater. Some people may call it a runner, but I call it a floater because you want to float it over the defense simply by holding the left trigger, flicking the right stick away from the basket. Now we have the spin layups. Hold the left trigger, rotate the right stick in a circular motion. That's what happens if you do it from too far out. This is what happens if you do it too close to the basket. You know, it just looks a little weird when you do it too close. So you want to get at a nice different range. And it's also a little weird to see it done without a defensive player playing defense on you. So let's take a look at how these layups translate in a real game. I'm using the Iceman here. I'm going to perform a nice Eurostep layup to get the defense guessing. And like I said last year, the Eurostep layup is all about deception. Look how number 12 just gets shook off to the side. The Eurostep layup is a great move. Left trigger, right stick towards the basket. Another example of how the defense just doesn't know what to do, how to react to the Eurostep layup. And even when the defense puts on the competitive edge, my man Iceman switches hands and still finishes the layup perfectly. He's got a 99 layup rating, so make sure if you're doing these fancy layups that you do them with people that can actually perform them well. Now I'm using NBA Hall of Famer Julius Erving, who also has a 99 layup rating. It's another good example of the Eurostep layup. Comes into contact with George Gervin and still finishes the basket. Defense has no idea how to defend the Eurostep layup, so get used to it. start trying it out. This is a great example of the hop step layup. I saw the defensive help coming his way. I hopped towards the basket, towards the defense, and I basically split through the defenders. Hopping right through the defenders gets me real close to the basket, over the top of the defenders. This was another great example. I split the defense between a young Michael Jordan. The hop step layup is pretty much my go-to move. You know, it's a very strong power move as well.
Spark of the game report. Let's go to Doris Burke.
Well, for the 76ers, the spark has to be the outstanding performance from the small forward spot. He's had the hot hand here in this one, with a lot of the team's offense coming from him. I expect them to look his way a lot down the stretch, guys.
You guys know me. I love shining a spotlight on the NBA legends. This right here is a runner. You simply hold the left trigger and flick the right stick away from the basket. There's nothing quite as silky and smooth as George Gervin faking out the entire defense with a spin layup. So all you have to do is hold the left trigger and rotate the right stick in a circular motion. So this concludes the NBA 2K12 Ultimate Layup Tutorial. If you guys have any suggestions, please send me a personal message, reply in the comments, or hit me up on Twitter. I do have a shooting tutorial coming out real soon, and I also have a post-up tutorial. I know a lot of you guys are veterans, but there will be a lot of people getting this game for Christmas. So if you feel like this particular tutorial had some things in it that you'd like to state in the comments, go right ahead. I did freestyle this whole commentary off of memory. So it's your boy Shake. I'll holler at you dudes later.